Hello, and this is part one of lasagna. I've made lasagna before, and this is a different recipe, so I wanted to share it. Uh, first thing to me, I use 10 pounds of ground beef, but this is the already cooked version. Obviously, when you get ground beef, it's pink. So we're not cooking all the way. We're just getting brown because actually it's going to cook all the way. Again, I halved it. So this layer is the first layer. Now, some people put lasagna under it. For that taste, I meat, lasagna, meat, and then top, because I like to taste the cheese and all that stuff right when I walk in. Because I don't like it too crispy. I'm not that kind of a person where I like crispy stuff like that. So I like to taste it first. Some of the ingredients we're going to use is onions. Now, some people don't like onions, but that's kind of an essential thing. So it's not going to be a lot. Tomatoes. I've been using crushed tomatoes because I like it to, tomatoes really are the most important part. Mushrooms and spinach. Now, spinach is used in a lot of what you would think is like Italian dishes. Outside, usually I cook Asian food, but for Italian dishes, spinach is actually used heavily. Also, olive oil, tomatoes, onions, mushrooms. So this is kind of the essentials you need for any kind of Italian food. Is this and olive oil? Olive oil is extremely expensive, and I usually don't use it, so don't expect it to be in a lot of stuff. A lot of lasagna actually asks for olive oil, but you don't have to. When you're cooking, the beef kind of makes its own juices. So just use the beef juices to cook itself. You don't need to put oil. If you want to, it kind of goes a little faster with oil. So, but if you are cooking the lasagna, the strips itself, like I am right now, which you have to wait until it gets to a boil, then waiting a little bit is fine. This is the other half. It's already cooked. So we're going to put our first layer on. Now, I only have about 2 of these mushrooms, so we're not going to put a super lot, and also the people in the house don't like mushroom. So, we're going to put a little bit of this. It's not like it's going to be in every single bite, everyone, because, you don't have to have it in every single bite, and especially if people are not, like, super fans of it. You don't want to put too much. And with the cooking of the beef, some people do not put seasoning in and they just put seasoning afterwards when they're cooking. But I put seasoning into the beef already. And I put onion powder, paprika, bay leaves, and bay leaves, paprika, onion powder, garlic powder. And that's about it. And then we're going to put on some of the mushrooms. Not going to put all of them on. Obviously, we're just using half. A little over half because this is the base. And you always want it to make sure that everything goes as planned. But once again, you want to spread it out. I don't have that many mushrooms, so I want to make sure that all the pieces have everything. So you can see how it looks right now. Remember, we are layering. So, spinach. Lately, spinach has gone up because obviously people are eating spinach more, which is super great for, health-wise. But for cooking-wise, whenever somebody uses a heavy amount of stuff, it immediately goes up. So we're going to just put a little bit of it. Also remember with stuff like that's already moist a little bit, that it goes bad fast. So if you are planning on using it for something, use it quickly. Like this, another week or so, it would have probably went bad because it is moist. Moist things just die easily. They just do in the refrigerator because it attracts bacteria. Because obviously, as we all know, bacteria lives in moist places. So always make sure when you are opening up your stuff that it doesn't have anything on there, because even if you are cooking it, if it has stuff on it already, then you are going to make yourself sick. So we have this part. Looks good. It looks pretty good. Put a little bit more right here. Okay. Spinach. Now we are gonna add cheese. Now, any kind of cheeses you like. Most people use cheddar cheese. Gonna open it up, as you can see. Hold on a second, everyone. The worries of having to have two hands and not really using both of them. And if you think to yourself, this looks kind of like a salad, it kind of does in a way. Think about it. The cheese is the most important part. So use it heavily. Try to have 2 bags. That's right, 2 bags. Because you're going to be using a whole lot of cheese. And you got to make sure that each part has a healthy amount of cheese. And you are doing layers. So it's important that everything melts together. Now, the putting on the tomatoes and stuff, I'm going to go for last because that's going to be the last part. And as you go on with everything, it's going to be tomatoes, then the cheese. But with this, it's going to be tomatoes and then the layer because it's the first layer. So just remember from that. Now, you can do it the opposite way. But also, if you're doing it that way, since it's opposite what I'm doing, put the first layer of the actual like lasagna strips on the bottom, because obviously we're doing it opposite, so that's why. So we're gonna come back and we're gonna have do the stripping and the tomato sauce and everything, and do everything all over again. All right, see you later.